What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm over here. It's about midnight, but I ain't tired yet, so I thought, let's watch a movie. I heard about this documentary recently called Alex Jones, Dark Secrets Inside the Bohemian Grove. Documentary by Alex Jones, known conspiracy theorist. And it's always interested me, what the secret societies of the world do. Supposedly, this is about Alex Jones infiltrating a Illuminati, Freemason, whatever they call, secret society, where they gather in the woods and do strange rituals and maybe other bad things. And supposedly he's infiltrated a meeting, and he brought a camera, and this footage, he made this documentary with the footage he got on that camera. Now if I'm being a little quiet, sorry, roommate's sleeping, but I know you can hear me. And hey, maybe this is sexier. Should I always whisper? Let me know in the comments below. And while you're at it, hit that like button and the subscribe button if you haven't done that already. If you'd like to be notified about my future videos, go ahead and ring that bell, turn the notifications on. But without further ado, let me show you Alex Jones, Dark Secrets Inside Bohemian Grove. Put myself like right there. That's good, right? Let's go. Oh. Before we begin, let me get my water. My bad. Now I got my water. Let's go. What the hell? That's Alex Jones. Whoa. Real quick, just want to apologize about the quality. This is something filmed in 2005, so I don't know if this was his camera or, the quality of the very legitimately obtained cut of. This is the director's cut. Alright, this is legit. I didn't get this film by any sketchy means. Alright? It is what it is. You can see what's going on, right? No, I can.
Hello, I'm Alex Jones, and I'm a radio and television host based in Austin, Texas. And for
shit.
many years, I've been exposing the criminal activities
Hold on. Is this the quality?
of the global elite, also known as the New World Order. In past films, we've documented the centralization of power, the move towards world government.
I'm sorry, this is my first time recording my webcam footage and video at the same time. That might be what's causing a delay. If you think this is too poor quality and I shouldn't have uploaded like this, please let me know in the comments below, and I'll find a way to make the future reaction videos much more crisp. Anyway, let's go.
The attack on the nation state, self-defense, the Second Amendment,
His mouth's moving, he's
family
talking, I get it.
values, that
You
is,
get it,
the
right?
family itself,
It's close enough.
as well as private property rights. But time and time again in my research, I come, well, eye to eye with something that's even hard for me to believe. And that's that the elite, again, the so-called establishment kings, those that know best, the visions of the anointed ones, are obsessed with the occult. From presidents to governors to the heads of industry. We've all seen the stories of presidents and first ladies obsessed with their astrologers making...
I thought those obsessed with astrology were anyone but the president. Mind you, I don't keep up with politics too much, but the last time I saw someone get bent out of shape about a star sign, it was a long time ago. And she was a nut of a woman.
National policy decisions.
Definitely not the president.
Upon their recommendations. Spiritual guides, shamans in the White House. My friends, it gets far worse than that. Now, I personally am a Christian, but even an atheist should be concerned about the information we're about to bring forward in this new documentary film, The Dark Secrets Inside Bohemian Grove. You see, for over 120 plus years in Northern California, in Sonoma County, on a 2,700-acre secluded redwood grove,
Whoa.
Leaders from
that was George Bush.
Around the world, prime ministers, chancellors, presidents, governors, again, the heads of industry, banking, academia, the media, Hollywood, only a select few, a little over 2,000 people, traveled there to engage in bizarre, ancient Canaanite, Luciferian, Babylon mystery religion ceremonies. At least that was the rumors. And so I went to the library and got on the internet and saw many of the mainstream news articles admitting that world leaders do indeed go there, and they...
Hold up, are you telling me in 2005, Alex Jones had to go to the library to get on the internet? What do you think? Comment below. You think he was going to the library? He just library computer to get on the internet? Do some conspiracy research?
Fly into San Francisco and other surrounding cities and drive out into the rural hills and mountains of Northern California, and that these stories have been coming out that they worship some 45-foot stone owl god. And then I began to read some of the documentation on this Moloch character of the Old Testament, mentioned many times in Leviticus. That's in the Bible. Why are world leaders traveling to the middle of nowhere to worship this thing? Well, I had to check it out for myself.
Whoa.
And I'm proud of my team. Mike Hansen, Violet Nichols. They traveled with me there. We talked to some of the locals discreetly. We successfully infiltrated with the help...
Let me just say, before I go any further, if this film is what I believe it is, what I just presented it as, I must salute the efforts of Alex Jones and his team, man. Because who knows what kind of sketchy stuff we're about to see, and what kind of sketchy stuff, you know, a secret society would do if they discovered someone had infiltrated their meeting and made a damn documentary about it. You know, while they were doing it. Apparently he made it out alive, but great stuff for the Alex Jones squad on this one. That's a 2 loot thumbs up from me.
Some of the locals and Channel 4, World of Wonder, British television that teamed up with us, and I successfully infiltrated through the Secret Service, through the guards, through the Sonoma County Sheriff's Department. We were inside 4 hours. That's only 1 day out of the 2 weeks that they meet there for the admitted Summer Fire Festival of the Bohemian Club. Well, basically that's enough for me. It's hard to even describe it with words, and I hope that our hidden cameras can give you at least a small piece of what I witnessed. To have world leaders engaging in this type of sickening behavior, oh yes, there's much more to come. Mock human sacrifices, they claim, just shocks the very foundations of what Americans believe their leaders to be. And then to have it intimately connected with world government, it doesn't make a lot of sense until you research history. All throughout history, spanning back into the mist of the beginnings of civilization, we see world leaders from the empires of old, from the Aztec kings and priests, to Babylonian leaders, ancient Rome engaging in twisted behavior? Could it be that when you have all the power and all the women and all the money and all the lands and all the art, you have to do something new? You have to go against the basic grain of humanity. You have to get off in a sick way. That's what we witnessed in Northern California.
Get off.
July 15th, 2000. Get ready to go inside the Bohemian Grove.
Why do I feel like I could have made a better documentary though, just as far as the editing? I know 2005, but this looks like the 90s, bro.
The Bohemian Club, as it's known today, was founded in 1873 in San Francisco in Northern California. Many of the club's original annals, dating back to before the turn of the century, admit that local artists, writers, newspapermen, you name it, wanted a place away from the so-called backwardsness of the West Coast, the Judeo-Christian ethic. They found that place an hour and a half north of San Francisco, outside of the tiny town of Monterey. Their annals even admit an obsession with the occult and what they called druid rituals. Amongst the great redwood trees, they revived ancient ceremonies that in truth had their roots not in the druids, but in Babylon itself. As the railroads brought commerce and larger populations, the prestige of the club grew until, in the year 2000, it is a gathering place for the world establishment, the elite. We're about to show you some of the key evidence documenting this. It is absolutely central to understand that these bizarre activities have been engaged in going back to 1873 and are not some new fanciful whim of the trendies on the West Coast. By the turn of the century, there was already a 10 to 15-year waiting list. Presidents from Howard Taft to Herbert Hoover were on the membership roster. Not to mention, later, famous war general Dwight D. Eisenhower, later to become president. The roster of the Bohemian Club reads like a who's who of the elite. Look at this photo taken inside the Grove back in 1963. There you'll see Ronald Reagan. And sitting two people over from him, later to become president, Richard Milhouse Nixon. Frankly, we don't know if these men actively enjoy the things that go on inside the Bohemian Club. But one thing is perfectly certain from the evidence. They are forced to go and attend and take part in these activities if they wish to be elevated to the highest levels of the geopolitical power structure.
Hold up, so you're saying these gentlemen are forced to go to these meetings, festivals, conduct these rituals in order to get to the position of power they seek? Who would have known? No one's ever told me that before.
Take George Bush Sr., documented member.
And by the let's cut the sarcasm out of this channel, man. I'm very anti-sarcasm. I grew up being sarcastic, but no more. By that I mean, I've heard this before, but I guess I always brush it off as a conspiracy theory, in that I never saw any proof, and I guess this is the proof. How about that?
And then, of course, there's his son. Now, the last...
Lou Runs, exposing truth. Like, comment, subscribe right now, and tell all your friends if you're into the truth,
four
conspiracy
generations of
theories.
Bushes have also